Well, those are some weird-looking people. I'm Jackie.
Understatement of the century. Working on the Nightbreed. Dun, dun. I'm Justin.
Aaron Boone, he's the manager of the fucking Yankees. I'm Sam, and this is 1990's Nightbreed on Stinker Madness.
Hello and welcome to Stinker Madness. This is a podcast about bad movies for bad movie lovers by bad movie lovers. I'm your host, Justin. With me are always Sam and Jackie. This week on the show, currently streaming on Amazon Prime, according to Sam, is the director's cut of Nightbreed from 19-something. Ah, God, I can't place the timing of the Sam.
It's 90 when the movie was made, but
right.
This is 2014's cut of the movie.
Okay. That checks out, because Nightbreed by itself, if you didn't know, you're very confused. Is this a 90s movie? Just by looking at it without the going to the internet and seeing what was released. Is it a 90s movie? Because there's a lot of 80s stuff in here. So having it be 1990 is like so on the nose that it actually makes me sick. Starring Craig Sheffer again. He's back.
Yeah.
Who else we got? Fucking God, David Cronenberg. Big deal.
Yeah.
It's like having David Lynch in your movie, and which you should always have David Lynch in your movie if you can get him. I've heard he's busy. Being Nightbreed. Too soon.
And Bobby's nobody, but she's the principal actress in the film.
Okay. I'm sure you have some information about her because she was almost decent and like
she had this and fucking Cop Rock, so you're not going anywhere after that.
That's where I saw her was Cop Rock. She's almost got a little Molly Ringwald to her, but
she's really got it like that. Wow, you're out of my league, but you're not really Hollywood starlet either.
Yeah, she's kind of a like a Jennifer Grey type one.
I think she's better looking, but
well, is that all that matters to you, Sam? Is that
yes?
Is that what you're going to do?
Objectifying almost as good looking as David Cronenberg.
Nightbreed. Jackie, this is the second time that you've seen Nightbreed. It is a goop fest. It is the goopiest, probably the goopiest movie that we've done on the podcast, knowing that it's goopy, and you still sat down and watched it.
Well, here's the deal. The goop was compartmentalized, so you only saw it for a couple of seconds, and then it was gone again. So,
okay,
it wasn't like Alien, where it's like 10-minute long scenes of this thing drooling on other people. Like there was a little bit of goop, like the guy with the gills on his face. Mm-hmm. That was kind of gross. I'm like, why do they have to bleed out? But then later on you find that he's got pink eye. And that's why, because those are actually not gills, they're eyeballs. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And he's got pink eye and all 6 of his gill eyeballs. And that's why his eyes are leaking like that. Okay.
He's a little weepy.
At least that's what I think is that he's got pink eye.
Quaid, start the reactor type action. All right. So it didn't bother you as much. Jackie,
what?
It didn't bother you as much this time around, the goop?
No, because it was, like I said, it was, quick little, okay, there's some goop there, and then they move right on. So
the city-states of goop rather than the country of goop.
Right. Like, there's a lot of goop, but it was short, and so I could deal with it.
Okay,
because
all right.
Most of the time I'm just like, I can't.
Do you think that there's a chance that after 10 years of doing the podcast that you've become acclimated to goop a little bit more than you were when we started?
I think so.
Right.
I think I'm kind of getting used to the goop because it doesn't bother me as much as it used to.
Because that opens up a whole new door for Sam. Sam loves goop.
Yeah, well, I actually think that this might not be an acclimation to goop. It's just that when you have goop juxtaposed with Craig Sheffer's face, it doesn't seem so bad.
Yeah, it's a little comedic.
Ooh, shots fired at the chef. Sorry, buddy.
Don't think he cares. I think he's good.
He doesn't. He got a river runs through it, despite doing this and fucking What the fuck is the name of that piece of shit that was his debut?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Voyage of the Rock Aliens.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Craig Sheffer
really
was in there.
doofy.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, wow. God damn it. I always forget about that movie. But, man, Craig Sheffer. What a guy. We should Maybe Craig Sheffer should get... He's starting to work on us a little bit. Maybe he is the Reb Brown of the 90s, except for one time.
He's like the A-list version of it, something, right?
But only because of one time.
He did real well for himself.
Yeah, right. That's crazy.
Isn't he in Bones?
No, God, no. You say that every time we talk about Craig Sheffer. That's David Alan Grier. David Alan Frost.
No.
Rick Frost. Rick Roll. Yeah,
his
I can't
name
remember
is Boone in that show too, isn't it?
David Bernhoff. God damn it!
I gotta look.
He's from Buffy. You're thinking Buffy. The guy from Buffy is Craig Sheffer. That guy from Buffy is not Craig Sheffer at all.
No, he's
never
not.
has been. Has not been.
Oh,
David.
Okay, so I'm thinking of David Boreanaz.
Boreanaz. Yes.
Yeah, totally different guy. Did you guys? Speaking of the Lylesburg, the guy with the eyes in his cheeks.
Right.
That was a really good makeup job because you don't recognize him at all as being Doug Bradley, who's also Pinface in Hellraiser.
Oh,
really?
Interesting. Did not put that together. Definitely not. No, that's good. It's almost as if Freddy Krueger, God damn it, help me out. Pissing in my own face right now. Yeah, was in this movie and we didn't recognize. Which like you always do. Or Todd Rainey or like that's good work. I wouldn't have caught that at all.
No, you didn't. I didn't know it. I think I looked it up a long time ago. When was it that I forced you guys to watch the original cut of this? Has it been like 10 years?
Yeah, probably.
It's been a
while, yeah.
It's been a while.
And you guys have only seen it that one time, right?
I saw it before.
Yeah, I saw it one time before.
But you're probably not like when I'm watching this because I've seen it so many times. Like, and finally seeing this version, I'm like, this is a fucking different movie.
I don't remember that
enough of it to be like, this isn't what it was.
I will get to all of that at the end of this podcast. Okay. Don't jump ahead. Tell us what else you got about Nightbreed, Sam. Let's get diving in.
Okay, so originally Morgan Creek, after the success of Hellraiser, because Hellraiser 1 only cost $2 million and it raked it in.
Good money.
And so Morgan Creek gives Clive Barker a 3-picture deal based on the success of Hellraiser. And this is the first picture in that deal. And he has a budget of $11 million to work with, which is subsequently, it's, however many years later, but it's right around the same budget that Star Wars had that first time around. And he's shooting at Pinewood. So he's got visions of like, this is the monster movie. The Star Wars of horror is what he's going to try to do here with this thing. That rapidly does not happen because at one point they did something that George Lucas didn't do, and that's let the Fox people in the building. Can't do that. Mm-hmm. You just can't let those Fox people in the building. They will do things once they're in there. And it's because this test screening didn't go, and it wasn't even scored yet, which I think is another like sort of early on mistakes were made. So he does a test screening without even proper scoring, and nobody likes it. And it's like, well, most people aren't really going to be able to watch just like dailies slapped together and enjoy it. Weird. So then the Fox people get involved and they cut the shit out of it. And they also marketed it as a slasher. They go back and because it's, you do that one thing with Cronenberg, which I will also mention that his little fandom of the Barker is that his character's name is Philip K. Decker.
I missed that. Jesus Christ. That's so on the nose.
Jesus Christ.
Right on the nose there, guys. Right
on
there.
The nose.
On the nose. Jackie's like, what does that mean?
So,
love you, baby.
Yeah, they with the character, he wears a mask, which is it grows on me. That's kind of a cool looking slasher mask, right?
I think it's actually a really good, because usually at this point in time, you're playing into gruesome
Yes.
Freddy Hands, Jason's face is all rotted off. Mike Myers is whatever the fuck I guess it's just William Shatner. But this is pre, God damn it, Christopher Nolan's Scarecrow. What the, Taron Gilliam?
Cillian Murphy?
Cillian Murphy, thank you. This is a good Scarecrow mask. It's intimidating. It's almost like recalling the town that killed Sundown, or the town that survived Sundown, or burned Sundown, or whatever the fuck they did to Sundown. This is what a horror, like a serial killer, would actually fucking wear if they wanted to make people feel shitty. I think it's one of the best things ever about this movie.
Yeah, it grows on me, and I like it more and more every time I see it, even down to like how it's got the weird drooly smile off to the side. Like, you look at it the first time and you're like, that's kind of a shitty fucking costume department. And then you're like, actually, no, it's not. That's pretty good because it fits his head so well.
Fucking
and
right on.
You start noticing the little nuanced pieces of how, even though it's simple, it's got a lot of nuance to it. You're like, that's a great mask. The Fox people like it for a better reason, because you can reshoot all sorts of shit and not bring anybody back, because you just have a guy in a mask doing slasher scenes and you don't have to fucking really call anybody back.
Boom
shakalaka. So there's like 20 minutes of that.
Bring in the stunt head.
It. Yeah,
well,
basically.
And I want to know how that guy could even see, because the eyes were buttons.
Well, it's a burlap sack.
So the only
he can't see shit.
I thought.
Well, he might not be able to.
That it looked like human skin.
Really, I thought it was burlappy, which is skin, isn't it? Isn't burlap skin?
No.
Fuck if we know anything about anything.
No,
I thought it looked like. I thought it looked like human skin that he had sewn together with some industrial zippers, and then they had to put the mouthpiece on there because they were like, "Dude, I cannot breathe." And then they're like, well, you can't see shit either. Which, if you ever notice that, it's like a thing with all these movies that we do. Like, whoever has to wear the mask, they can't see shit.
Usually.
I imagine at like a slasher con now, because we're having so much difficulty, it would be, if he was like at a slasher convention with other slashers, it would be a conversation piece. Everybody guess what this shit is made out of, and nobody would be able to guess. It's like, actually, it's a horse's stomach.
It's people.
Gross.
Yeah, you're whatever, Craig. No, really, it's people.
It's the bladder to a pool pump. Oh, that sucks.
Okay, what else?
So anyway, yeah, it gets cut and mismarketed. And Barker's like beside himself with grief. Like, what the fuck are you doing to this thing that I had so much hope for? Based on one of his own novels. It performs middlingly to, like, Fox executives probably high-five each other, because it makes enough back that it makes money on its video release. And they're like, we do know what we're doing. Yes. Playbook confirmed. Go about Fox business for the next 20 some odd years, right? Most people don't see it. I'm one of the people who saw it. And so like, I'm always like, start getting into these groups of movie people, and there's always like body horrors or fucking vampire movies or slashers or whatever that people are talking about. And I'm always like, have you seen Nightbreed? Nobody's ever fucking seen Nightbreed, to the point that I make you guys watch Nightbreed. Right. And it's the inferior version of Nightbreed, which is a very confusing fucking movie, because the whole time you're watching it, you're like, but isn't this supposed to be about Nightbreed? It's really about this burlap sack guy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So in 2008, Clive Barker's manager of his production company, quote unquote, is like, well, I'm going to discover the footage. And he gets in touch with the Morgan Creek people, or whoever has it. And they're like, it's not lost. It's like right there. We just don't do anything with it because everybody fucking hates that movie. He's like, what? People don't really hate it. And so then a VHS copy of that work print shows up. There's some other shit that happens, and people start making their own longer cuts where they leave the added Fox stuff in. And these become very bloated, close to 3-hour versions of Nightbreed. But in 2012, University of Derby film professor Russell Carrington makes a 155-minute cut of Nightbreed that incorporates a lot of the footage that this version incorporates, leaving the Fox footage in. And Sheffer and Bobby show up to this monster party, quote unquote, film festival that they show this longer version, and people are fucking going gaga for it, even though it's way too fucking long. And so all of a sudden, you know, Mark Miller's tapping his foot on the footage like, hey guys, I think people might like it. It makes so much noise that Shout's like, fuck this. They're not going to give a fuck. So Shout just got a hold of that and did a limited release of it, and people were going nuts. So then Shout, through the Scream Factory brand, finally is like, no, give us, what is it going to take for us to get the footage and bring Barker and Miller back and do this right? And they do in 2014, and it's this version, which Clive is absolutely right. You just need to take that other 20 minutes of Fox out so that his 40 minutes of the film fit back in, and it's 2 hours on the nose, not 2.5 closing in on 3 hours with all that extra footage. And so what you have now in the 2014 version, which when Shout released it or did pre-orders, they're like, okay, we're going to make this much of this to recoup our funds. And the pre-orders are like, okay, double that. Apparently people like this movie a lot, and it sells like crazy in terms of like what Shout is used to. Right. Mm-hmm. So they had to double the original run. Barker's like, even at the end, it's like he gives like his Clive Barker cheers, and that's all the emotion you're going to get out of that guy. But like, this obviously made his day. And he's on if you get there's a 3-disc version of the Shout release, the Scream Factory release, that has a lot of additional material, and the commentary has both Mark Miller and Clive Barker on it, talking their way through the movie. So I'm sure he was tickled pink that this happened, and that I have not seen this version until now. And this is the most wildly different, when you talk about 20 minutes longer, but a completely fucking different movie. The only movie I can think of that's close to being as wildly different as its theatrical version under similar circumstances is Babylon AD with Vin Diesel, which is a completely fucking different movie, but also only like 20 minutes longer, because it's that, well, we're going to get rid of all this reshoot shit and then just cut it the way it was supposed to be cut. And
I have a question.
That is, sure.
Where is that fucking music coming from? Anybody else hear that shit?
I hear it too.
Da, 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 da. Is somebody watching soaps right now on the podcast? Where's that coming from?
Maybe.
You don't hear it, Sam?
I don't hear it, no.
Huh. Okay. Well,
is it your neighbors, maybe?
It's pretty loud, and it sounds like soap opera music, and I'm glad that it's here. I'm like, a little bit of non-diegetic music in the podcast wouldn't hurt anybody. Yeah, I'm just saying. So if you want to turn on some soaps, like, you know, some world as the world turns while Sam's talking, you know, because that's about the pace that he gets things done at, is, you know, the hours of the glass of sands in your times. It's a prose.
And that's when things fell apart.
All right. Okay. We'll leave the non-diegetic music alone, and okay. Let you continue.
Okay, so
Sammy.
I do want to say, though, to Sam's point, that like watching this extended cut, the first part of the movie is always kind of confusing, because I always forget, like, what the fuck is this about? And then once it gets into it, though, then I remember. But then I remember watching this for the first time and thinking, what the fuck is this movie about? Like, these weirdo creatures that live underground in the graveyard? Like, this is stupid. What's a serial killer guy doing? And you're just kind of confused the whole time. But then when this extended cut, I felt like I could jump right into the movie. Okay. After the first 10 minutes. Like, you kind of figure out what's going on, and then you're like, okay, I know what's happening now. I'm no longer confused. I got it.
And it's that original cut existence is for Fox to get as much Nightbreed out of Nightbreed as they could possibly do.
Okay. We'll see how I feel about things once we get into this, because I might have some questions.
Sure. Well, I also like that.
Sure,
so
shut up.
the actor we haven't mentioned yet, Hugh Ross, that plays the guy that cuts his own face off.
Mm-hmm.
He's like cutting room floor in the original. Most of it, and like he's not. Most of his shit isn't even in this, and he's fucking great.
Yeah, he does.
He is weird as shit.
Yep.
And all the Canadian fucking the redneck recon team, that doesn't make it into the fucking other cut of the movie, to my knowledge. So there's a lot of zaniness that doesn't get there. But it does, because it theatrically flopped, really. The 3-picture deal never happened. In fact, it's weird because you often will think about Clive Barker as a filmmaker, and he's not. He's directed 3 movies, written 20 novels. And really, if you want to talk about where he's prolific, it's as an illustrator and a painter. But I mean, 20 novels is nothing to like shake your finger at though either. Like he's a novelist. He's probably been involved with close to as many films, but it's mostly an exec because it's his IP. The only movies he ever directed were Hellraiser, this, and Lord of Illusions, which I've still never seen. And people are like, you should really watch Lord of Illusions. It's very good. And I'm like, I don't know.
I think,
but yeah,
I thought we watched that together, but I've got that on DVD. So
one of the people that says that is apparently you.
I like it. Yeah, it's cool.
That's like my exact same response to this. Like, I don't know if you will, but I like it.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah. And so that is the story of Nightbreed.
You're missing one integral part. Maybe the most important part of all of Nightbreed.
What's that?
Oingo fucking boingo.
Well, I mean, Danny Elfman, I didn't really feel like mentioning Elfman because Batman and Pee-wee, like Burton already had his run. Elfman's kind of like, that's part of the budget being so high as Elfman got paid for this shit.
I think you don't have Dead Man's Party by Oingo Boingo. You don't have Nightbreed. There is so much fucking similarity between the song, the video, and Nightbreed. In fact, I think the guy at the beginning who doesn't appear, I don't think I see him again. He's a blue demon. Later we get a black, like...
I think it's just
guy.
the lighting. It's the same guy.
What's the guy that gets chopped in? Darth Maul? Is it Maul that gets chopped in half? Yeah. We get 2 Darth Mauls. One's black, one's blue. No, the one at the beginning in the dream sequence is bright blue. There's no way you could fuck up that lighting. And I think that's fucking Danny Elfman in the beginning. I'm pretty sure it is because he's all zany and like, woo, having a good time. Yeah, I'm crazy. And
jazz hands at the monster party.
Jazz hands, and he's having a dead man's party. That fucking song is the plot of Nightbreed. So it's too much of a coincidence for me. But I do think that fucking Elfman is Elfman in this. It might not be like his most iconic, but he does a great job of scoring this movie. It's not it's not the Batman soundtrack, thank God. Even though Danny does a great job on there. It's understated, but still like within 20 seconds. Wait, did Elfman do this? Bam! Elfman fucking did it.
Yeah. And I think there is a Oingo Boingo song playing on one of the radios, and that's cut from the original version of the film. So you might be onto something. That I
think, what's his name? The faceless guy? I think he's wearing an Oingo Boingo album shirt. I think that's their 3rd album. The t-shirt that he's wearing, I think, is an Oingo Boingo shirt.
Fandom.
Yeah. Yeah. Danny's everywhere on this. He's got his hands deep. But it was good. I anytime Danny's doing a soundtrack, I'm pretty chuffed about it. So
yes,
Oingo Boingo.
Yeah. The only last thing I have would be that, and this only goes so far, the complaints, but apparently the same guy shot. His name is Robin Vigeon, and he shot Hellraiser as well. So he'd already worked with Barker, but apparently Cronenberg on set would be like, they didn't get along because I think Cronenberg thought that he was overstepping his bounds with Barker, and they probably had a fine working relationship because it's their 2nd film, but apparently on set, Cronenberg's just like browbeating this fucker anytime he tries to make one of his own decisions with the camera. And it's like, maybe not do that, David. David Cronenberg's performance is just... it's great, but it's just him being as completely bland as possible. It's like it's so bland that it's actually amazing acting or not. Maybe that's just like an evening with David Cronenberg boring you to death.
I think David Cronenberg is playing David Cronenberg because what he actually reminds me at the beginning of this movie is, oh God, now I'm blanking on his name. Detective Cock Sledgehammer from Rotor. Like his voice is so monotone and like, it's like you have to turn just him up. It's not that he's whispering, it's that he's just talking so plain and boringly. I can't even do it. I can't even fucking do it. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy saying? Every time I see this movie, I'm like, I need to watch this movie in the winter so that the AC's not competing with David Cronenberg. But subtle
in the middle
is a compliment you could give him if you thought that was the case. I would think completely monotone and checked out.
Yeah. In the movie, like one of the characters, when he's pretending to be the banker or whatever, because you're like, this guy is bland for even a psychiatrist. And then there's like, he's a banker. And I'm like, maybe he is secretly a banker because he's just that boring.
Cold Iron. That's the guy from Rotor. Okay. Can't believe you're not going to talk about David Cronenberg because Jackie probably doesn't have a clue about David Cronenberg. But I mean, she does, but she doesn't. So.
I mean, what do you want to know? Like, I could talk about Cronenberg for hours. He's basically resigned to not making. He had a hard time getting financing for the last 15 years. So now it seems like any financing that might be directed.
Jackie, is he an actor?
Yeah.
Now she's on the Google. I can see her eyes reading shit about who David Cronenberg is.
And she still fucked it up. She's like, I'm reading this. Yes, he is an actor.
Yes, he is an actor.
Renowned actor David Cronenberg.
Most famous for his film roles.
He was in Star Trek.
Okay, all right, yeah.
He was probably just as... He was just as electric in that as he was in this.
He was a tribble. You might want to check his director credits, Jackie, because some of those.
Okay, here we go. Director credits.
Some of those you've heard of.
You've probably seen most of them.
You've probably seen most of them and didn't know. I'm going to go ahead and get started while she goes, oh, shit. So how this thing starts out is a dream sequence. And as I stated, I believe that Danny Elfman is one of them. But there's monsters, and let's figure out, I guess we should never call them monsters because let's face it, they're not. They're Nightbreed. That's all they are. They're dead people, and I'm not really sure how dead people become
theories towards the end.
And I'm not really sure why some Nightbreed look different than others. Are they demons? Are they I mean, they're not monsters. They're not monsters. They seem like pretty chill people sometimes. But either way,
the way that it's explained is that these are all ancient tribes, and they're the last of their tribe. So
then it breaks its own rules. That doesn't work.
When the Crusades happen and they go around and they're killing all these other breeds, they get Nightbreeded.
I disagree with that. I think Sam might have some problems with this. Does this make more sense in the second with this cut? Because I disagree with that greatly.
I don't think that's it, because I have theories for the end, but if that's like all the different breeds, you know who really took it the worst is the brunch breed.
Right?
I mean, talk about persecution. Yikes, those guys. They just thought that they were having a hard time choosing between lunch and breakfast, and then all of a sudden, spikes up their ass, right?
Anyways, there's disfigured creatures of the night running across our screen. Some of them appear to be having a lot of fun. Some of them appear to be scared, but either way, they run through a graveyard towards a gate with a big M on the front of it. And as they reach that M gate, thus awaking the Craig Sheffer, Boone is his character.
Aaron Boone, manager of the New York Yankees.
Yes, good. He's a good manager. He needed a little bit of little time to cook, I guess, between the Nightbreed and the Yankees. But either way, go Cards. His girlfriend's there, and she's like, "Hey, you've been really sweaty tonight, and you've been like flopping around and going, oh, Nightbreed, the Midian, oh, get to the Midian, Nightbreed. Anyways, that's cool and stuff, but I want to go on vacation. Let's go to Martha's Vineyard. After
or
my
where?
Show tonight.
Because they're in Canada, which I didn't even get. I've seen this because this is the first time I've seen this one. I feel like they scrubbed the identity of being in Canada out of the first movie because I thought they were in LA or something.
I didn't get that they were in Canada. Does it like, okay. They're in Canada. But hold on, baby. No time for Martha's Vineyard right now. My phone's ringing. Hello. This is your shrink, Dr. David Lee Roth. I need you to...
It's 10 o'clock at night.
It's 10
Do
o'clock
you know
at night.
where your child is?
I'd like to see you sometime. Come see me.
Is your refrigerator running?
I'm the one that's supposed to call you. And no, it's not. I can't pay my bills. What happens if you do that? Like, no. It's junk, bro.
Yeah. Then
crap.
you just like have a... That sucks for you, and you just hang up the phone.
I could never afford one. It's an ice box. I gotta go chip it out of the lake every winter to cool down my meats that are salted. No. You think I keep milk in this house? Fuck you, buddy. I can't keep milk anywhere.
I've got a styrofoam cooler full of empties, and that's it.
So he's okay. So the doctor, he gets off the phone and he closes a case while he's looking down at it, like it's fucking Marcellus Wallace's soul.
Yeah,
is that the mask? Is he looking at his own mask?
He's got. He also later on will discover that he's like got a complete armory of different knives, so he's putting away whichever knife he's chosen for the stabbing
into a briefcase.
His mask into the briefcase. Yes,
that's butt, dude. That's a bad. Like, hold on. Hey, glad you made it into my office. I was gonna stab. I mean, I'm saying this to myself right now, podcaster. I'm gonna stab this guy who's in my office, who I accuse of going to a sweet place that I think I want to go to, or I just want to kill everybody that's there. I don't. Either way, I'm gonna stab this guy. Hey, buddy, why don't you have a seat? Let me get my briefcase. Hold on. God damn it! What's the fucking lock code? Oh, click. Oh, there we go. Okay. Just stay there while I get this. Nah, it's dumb. You got to put the knife under your fucking chair and like throw it at him, or just like let him open the door and all the lights are off. Doc, are you in here? And you're standing behind the door and you got the creepy mask on and the knife in your hand already. You don't put the knife in a fucking brief. Nobody puts the knife in a briefcase. That's shit. You can put a gun in a briefcase
next to his mask and a granola bar.
Yeah, that's dumb. It's fucking dumb. The briefcases are for briefings. The briefs. The briefs go in the
Craig
case.
Sheffer's underwear in this movie. Because he's fucking rolling around in some BVDs, making us all remember why we don't do that anymore.
Okay. He also looks at the camera and says, God help us all. Why? Okay. Meanwhile, at the Connor residence, little kid comes down the stairs. Mommy, there's a bad man in my room. Shut up, you little shit. There's nobody in there. I already checked under your bed 15 times tonight. It's just your fucking Legos and you keep stepping on them. And you've got Teddy Ruxpin under there. His batteries are on the short. And he's not Chuck E. Cheese, okay? He's not going to kill you. Also, that's a reference to something that happens in the future as far as dumb movies. But anyways, go to bed, you little fuck. So she goes downstairs just to get a fucking Miller and grab her crotch at the flag. And
no, she grabs a whole bag of like chicken nuggets or something.
Yeah, well,
she's like, go to bed, little shit, so we can just mow down on all your food.
That's what I'm saying.
While you sleep.
The Connor residence, if you catch my reference. But hey, the kid was right. Fucking Scarecrow's down there. She gets all stabbed up and cutted up and she dies. And then Dad's still watching TV and he gets all cut up and dies. And little Billy is watching it all and has one sad tear like he's picking up trash on the side of the highway. And then I believe little Billy also gets dead.
Yeah, they don't show it, but later in the police photos that they're like, this guy is murdering entire families. So nobody survived.
Mm-hmm. Even little Billies.
Can you hear the storm?
Yeah, I can hear some thunder. It's pretty sweet. Hopefully we'll get a chance to go.
It's raining hardcore.
What? No kidding? Okay. Girlfriend, what's her name? Wendy? Rachel,
Lori Winston.
Lori Winston, okay.
Lori,
named after our dog.
Lori.
She stops by Boone's shop because he's a tough guy mechanic. She's an uptown girl. He's a downtown man. Is that what's happening? Right?
Something like that. But let's be real. What he's doing here is he's crawled into an oil pit for like oil changes, and he's using a cutting torch. So I'm thinking he's about to get fired.
Yeah, that's not what you do down there. It's not what you do down there. I saw that actually happen. I might have talked about this before on the podcast, but one of the oil changes places down the street burned down because somebody cut a hole in the gas can or the gas tank with a cutting torch, and they filmed it. Car came in for an oil change, burned the whole fucking thing down. Fucking madness.
Insane.
It's insane.
It had to be a really full gas tank otherwise it would have exploded.
Yeah, no, it was, gas dripped on fire, gasoline dripped everywhere and then caught the oil everywhere. Fucking nanner shit. And
yeah, once it catches on fire, you can't put it out either.
You know what the craziest part of the story is? Which actually is the least crazy part once you find out? Dude had no shirt on. Like, well, of course the guy isn't going to have a shirt on. Who else would burn the fucking oil change place down?
How can you fuck up that much shit with a shirt on?
I'm pretty sure Florida man got a one-way ticket just to do this shit. As Florida man as it gets. Anyways, so yeah, she shows up and she's like, "Oh, hey, are we going on our vacation that I talked about earlier?" And he's like, "Yeah, baby. You wanted to leave immediately, and then I told you I had to go see my shrink, but now I'm at the mechanic shop. Oh, don't worry about it. I got a gig later tonight. Wait, you're in a band? Yeah. Oh, you'll see." And then they eat each other's fucking faces.
Oh yeah.
My God. At a fucking mechanic shop.
How does she not have more zits? Because all that oil on your skin, you're going to get some massive whiteheads.
That's your problem? Actually, Jackie, I've done some wrenching before. I've wrenched once or twice. Got my hands all goopy. Nobody has finer skin than a mechanic. Nobody. You know why? Have to clean. Wash. You gotta wash. You gotta wash. You gotta scrub that shit hard. So you're always scrubbing your skin with that orange clean citrus soap, and so your skin Gojo. Your skin gets exfoliated every single day. Nobody has better skin. Worst nails on the planet, but nobody has better skin than a mechanic.
Also, her whole head was inside of Craig Sheffer's mouth.
She
will probably get the acne.
Siegfried and Roy, or whichever one was the name of the tiger, Siegfried or Roy. I guess they were
Captain
both
Jack was the name of the tiger.
Okay, Captain Jack.
Stop eating me, Captain Jack.
It's not funny, but it's fucking a man died. A man died.
I don't think he didn't die. He got
mauled pretty bad.
I thought one of them died
he's incapacitated for life, which is worse, or maybe not. I don't know, but
it
was a bad deal. I guess it wasn't too soon for me to tell that joke.
That happened a while ago.
Yeah, 20 years.
Are we at the 10-year mark?
20.
Isn't that the South Park rule? You can't make fun of it until you're at the 10-year mark.
Yeah.
Oh, we're way past 10 years on that thing.
All right. Well, we are 40 minutes into this, and I'm only a paragraph in. So he finally goes to the doctor, his shrink, and he tells him about his dreams of the Midian. Now, the Midian is a place where that Boone believes is only in his mind, but it seems like the Dr. Philip K. Roth has a little bit of insider knowledge. And it seems like some other people throughout the rest of the universe this particular universe are also like, oh yeah, the Midian, yeah, dude, I know all about it. It's either cool or I want to burn it down. But Boone thinks it's in his mind.
Yeah.
Right? And maybe because the doctor has convinced him of that. So he is fucking Scarecrow, right? Fucking Cillian Murphy Scarecrow, whatever his character's name is a fucking shrink. So, and I'm not just talking about Cillian Murphy. I know that he's from Batman.
You know, the main character, Boone, is supposed to be taking lithium for these things, but he's actually been given psychedelics.
He's been given
lithium
PCP.
Do? Anybody?
Right.
Yeah, it's PCP. Anybody know what lithium actually does?
It basically shuts your fucking brain. It chops your brain in half.
Okay, so
dosage.
it's like H.
It's
like
no
makes you feel.
I mean,
You
it's a downer,
just completely
right?
check out.
I don't know if it's a downer. It's like a heavy metal, right? It's not even really a drug.
Yeah, it's a heavy metal,
just
but
like
what does
you're
it do?
being poisoned at a neurotoxic level that your brain. You can't do these things that are bad because you can't do any of the things at the right dosage. I'm sure at smaller dosages it's not as bad.
They still prescribe lithium.
I don't think they do. I think it's too
I think they
valuable
do.
in batteries now.
Really? Well, crack open one of those
It
and
basically makes you super chill, like worse than pot.
makes you feel good.
Well, also like because you're basically on your way to you're like halfway to vegetable. It's not like, oh, I'm enjoying this. It's like,
yeah, so it's like H.
ugh.
It's more common to H than weed. Okay. So there's been some murders. I don't know if you heard about this, bro, but there's been some murders, and it turns out that you described them perfectly when you were under hypnosis. Like where the stabbing wounds were at, the age of the victims, how many times each one of them got stabbed, where the killer used the stuffed animal pile as a toilet, and also how many hours of Cosby they recorded on the tape machine. Look, I like Cosby just as much as the Cosby Show, because I'm in 1990 and I like, but I've got some questions as far as the lead. I think maybe somebody should look into what he's up to, but it also seems like somebody should look into what you're up to, bro, because you know too much about the dead people. Which never comes into fucking play again. How does Boone know anything that the Scarecrow Killer is doing?
He doesn't. The Scarecrow Killer guy is basically telling him, because he was under hypnosis, it's nothing he remembers, right?
He's heard his voice.
Like, setting him up.
We heard his voice on the tapes. Boone's voice is on the tapes. You're saying the doctor doctored those?
Yeah.
What is it? His voice isn't saying anything about murders. It's just fucking whatever.
I got you on tape and I'm going to turn him into the cops, Buster. Oh, yeah?
Maybe.
Show him to me. Crap. I didn't think you'd say that. He said, we hear we hear his hypnosis. We don't hear him describe the murders, but we do hear the very next thing we hear his hypnosis. So he's got tapes. And if he's saying he's got tapes that say he described the murders, he's got tapes that describe that doesn't make any sense unless the doctor was planting those murder details into Boone to frame him, which is a great long con because it seems like it's been years since Boone's been to Dr. Philip K. Elfman.
It's been 3 months.
Oh, I guess that's not such a long con. Okay.
But yeah, that's what he's drugging him and planting this shit in his brain. But then he's found out when he was like, well, I'm going to make myself a little nice scapegoat here. And then he does the drugging and the hypnosis or whatever. But then accidentally what comes out is this Midian shit. And he's like, oh, also my other project is eliminating Nightbreeders. So
right. Yeah.
Score, 2 birds, 1 stone.
Sounds okay. Here, take these pills and call me in the morning. Those pills are PCP. And Boone goes back to his house, his apartment, and burns the motherfucker down. That apartment does not exist anymore.
He grabs a bunch of receipts, mail, and his passport and burns them. Yep. I do not know what his point B on this is.
PCP. Like the only
Okay,
this
that's right.
this
He's
is
on
all
PCP.
fine. He's fucked up, man. He's on angel dust, bro. We're lucky he doesn't eat a man right now. He burns his fucking apartment down while having weird, like, it might also be like got some PCP and then I smashed in some peyote in here too, because he starts going on a vision quest and has a bunch of flashbacks that don't make a whole lot of sense to us. And then he goes to the bar where his girlfriend is the lead singer of a band, or maybe she's just doing karaoke, but she fucking sucks.
The song sucks. And it's like, if I didn't know, because they'd say several things that we are in Canada. We're in Manitoba. They're in Calgary is the only place they can be. Right now, I think it's the only thing in Manitoba big enough. I think Calgary is in Manitoba. But they're an LA band. Like the drummer looks like a computer programmer.
Yeah.
The bass player's from a country music band. It's LA band to the max.
Oh my God, they stink so bad. And she is just hamming it up so fucking much. And she's lip syncing, and that's fine. But she keeps making these goofy eyeballs at the camera. And I'm like, nope, stop what you're doing. Not Jennifer Grey. This is how you're going to ruin your career. But he gets all sweaty. He's like, oh,
she's like, hold the phone. I'm going to do this twice as hard in Cop Rock.
Yeah, no shit. Oh God, I want to watch Cop Rock so bad. But he's all sweaty, and he's like, and he just leaves. And she sees him leave, so she tries to call him at his place, but he's not there. And she's like, hey, I thought you were coming over tonight, but you're not here. Where are you? He's wandering the streets on fucking PCP. He finds a guy, and he eats his face. And then he lands in the hospital. So he's in the hospital, and there's another guy there. He's crazy, and he's wearing an Oyinbo shirt. And he's like, hey, man, blah, 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 crazy talk, the Midian. And he's like, wait, what'd you say? The Midian? Yeah, I want to go to the Midian. Do you want to take me there, Boone? Boone, take me to the Midian. I know the way. You must take me to the Midian. Okay. But first, hold on. I've got to do something. Oh? Like get your bags packed or something? No. I need to pull my face off so that I can reveal the other face I have underneath.
But what was weird is that he didn't pull his face off. He pulled his scalp off.
He pulled his
scalped
scalp
himself.
off. Yeah, he's just scalp guy. He's scalpy.
He also had weird thumb knives.
He's got thumb knives. That's true.
I've brought my own thumb knives for cutting my face off.
Snicky
that makes
snack.
sense, right?
They didn't take those when they checked you into the psych ward?
No, they're part.
Like, were those shoved up your butt? Your prison pocket? And if so, are they really that sharp?
One of the things that was in the original script is that actually he has been to this mental institution before, and one of the things the doctors did was like skin him and then bond metal to his skeleton, and then they released him as a weapon, and he's Thumverine.
Took a while to get there. Who's got two thumbs and likes fucking stuff up? Me. Ow, I just stabbed myself in the shoulders with my thumb knives.
Bub.
Good Lord. Thumverine. But, not taking his thumb knives away does check out, because when they're putting Boone through the analysis or whatever, is like, what are you on right now? He's like, lithium. And he gives it to him, and they're like, this is fucking PCP, man. And they hand it back to him. So that, like, they gave the thumb knives back too. They're like, man, this is not
what
lithium.
We're going to give you too.
This is angel dust. Enjoy. Here it is back.
We were going to do one of two things: stick a knife through your nose and cut out your brain and pull it out, or give you PCP.
Yeah.
So, problem solved. So he pulls his scalp off, and I guess that guy dies from it. And then Decker is there as well. He's like, I guess he's also Decker's patient.
No, he's not. He's busybodying in the dialogue. They're like, this man, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He's talking about Midian, which perks him up. He's like, you know what? He's probably under the influence of this Aaron Boone fella, the manager of the Yankees. I know how to talk to somebody I know how to talk to somebody like this. And the detective's just like, okay. And the doctor's like, hey, are you the dickhead that gave that guy PCP?
Right.
Yeah, nobody
that never
questions
comes
that.
up.
They're like, sure, go right ahead. We don't know
Go
who the hell
on
you are.
in.
And he doesn't show any ID. Nothing.
No.
It's just like, you say you're a doctor? Well, you do have spectacles on and gray hair, so it must be true.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of things that don't also make sense, I guess Boone is coming down from the PCP, but not enough to fucking not prevent himself from stealing somebody's truck, because that is not his fucking truck. There's no fucking way.
No,
he steals
doesn't
that
have
truck.
a truck.
He doesn't have a truck. He steals that truck, and he drives out into the mountains. Because I guess Scalpy made him a map or at some point off camera. I don't know. He
says that he's like, oh, it's up above such and such in between this place and that place. And he's like, oh, cool. That's easy to find.
Oh, I know right where that's at, bro.
I'll steal a car and drive there.
That's right next to that ranch that Brad Pitt walked through in that movie where that guy was old and laying around.
Well, I mean, in his defense, he's like, it's just, right past such and such town. Well, how will I know it's there? It'll be the graveyard that's the size of a medieval castle.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, hard to miss then.
All right. So he gets to the Midian. It's a cemetery. It's a cemetery. And he does some stuff in there that's vague and weird. But then he falls asleep until a dog licks his face. And then the dog runs off. And he's like, huh? And then he immediately gets nabbed by Nightbreed. Even though he's in the cemetery it's daytime, right?
No, he falls asleep until it's nighttime.
Okay, all right. The Nightbreed come out and they grab him fine. Could have just left him alone. This guy.
Well, what's fucked up about this is that the guy who bites him, right?
I'm gonna call him Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto.
Who bites him, knows about the prophecy, and does it anyway.
Right?
Yes.
And Moonhead is like, don't do it, man. You're going to bring the destruction of our kind.
Moonhead is Mac from those McDonald's commercials where the moon played the piano.
Okay, Mac. He knows about it, too. And Mac is like, don't do it. What was the other guy's name?
Kit Fisto.
Mephisto.
Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto.
God.
And the guy's like, fuck off, I'm gonna bite this motherfucker, because he doesn't look like he can take care of himself.
No. Feast
and
for the beast.
And he keeps calling him fresh meat.
Feast for the beast.
And I'm like, so you're a cannibal? Mm-hmm. But then later, he doesn't eat any of the other residents of Dead Town.
No.
So, I mean, I think this guy is just, he's like, look, I've had enough of this fucking community bullshit, okay? Like, I don't like any of you. That one guy's got pink eye and 6 of his eyes, so we know that he's not washing his hands after he dumps.
But then it also seems like we're supposed to be sad about Kit Fisto dying. Spoiler. His character arc is very strange. He's never purely evil, except for, like, this is as bad as he gets right here. But is he being bad, or is he just playing his role that he was told to play?
I feel like he's playing it his own way. He's just really shitty at being chaotic neutral.
Okay.
Or is he like, look, I saw this cave painting. The guy kind of looks like me. I'm going to see if it's me.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be me. Dun, dun.
Well,
like
he had tentacle heads, so I'm pretty sure it's you. Also, that other guy had doofy hair and, like, looked like fucking Charlie Sheen in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, so I'm pretty sure that's him.
He goes to his hairdresser and asks for the whoa.
I couldn't do that. Okay, so anyways, Boone punches him and runs away. Then he got bit pretty good, and he's bleeding pretty all over the place. And then Mac grabs him and is like, run that way, run out of here. And so he gets out the front gate, but then, hey, hold still, Buster. We're the cops. We're here to arrest you for murders. Even though we've got more evidence that you are not, whatever, we don't care about that. It's 1990. We're the LAPD.
Yeah.
Unless, according to Sam, we are not the LAPD. We're in Canada, which, if that's the case, then none of us make any fucking sense. If we're the LAPD, makes total sense right here. If we're not, doesn't make sense that we're in Canada.
No, they're in Canada.
Doesn't make any sense.
And they're out of their jurisdiction, which is actually addressed in dialogue later. But they come up there, and once again, Dr. Decker's like, hey, you know what, guys, let me handle this. And they're like, cool, go right ahead. And then he just walks up to Boone and then is like, hey, how's it going? You're not going to get hurt. Everything's going to be fine. And then turns around and yells, he's got a gun.
He's
and then
got a gun!
hits the deck. They blow the fuck out of him. Then they walk up and they're like, we don't see a gun. And Decker's like, oops. Oopsie
He
poopsie.
reached into his pocket. I didn't know.
See,
Would you guys like a lollipop? I'm a real doctor, and you guys just got owied.
it's funny that he's got a gun and the cops blow him away thing. Like, this is the only funny thing about living in the future is because, like, if somebody was to say, he's got a gun, I'd be like, duh. It's America in 2025. Yeah, everybody's got one. Duh. Yeah. Like, that's not a reason to shoot a man in 2025. Like, you got to pull that shit out and start, or maybe you don't. I don't know. It seems like everybody just shoots everybody for any fucking reason, whatever. But it seemed out of place. It's like the 9/11, pre-9/11 airplane thing. Like, this is not how life is anymore. So the girlfriend comes in, she identifies him. She's like, oh yeah, that's Boone. He's dead. No. Then she goes off screen and electricity comes through his wounds, his bite wounds, and we don't see him on screen become regenerated. We just hear the crash of a window.
He doesn't.
And now there's a hole in it.
He doesn't become regenerated. That happens
Not
later.
Regenerated, reanimated is what I said.
Oh, yeah. He's he's a zombie with the brain.
Okay. Gets out. He's Nightbreed. Ish. He's pre-Nightbreed. Decker sets in his fucking weird room. Did you check out this fucking weird room that he's in? It's just like weird fountains, like tube fountains that, like, it leads to he's got a desk at the end and it's just a hallway of tube fountains that
he's got a weird office.
That's
it's
not
his
the same
knife
office
too.
that he called from earlier and said,
no,
God help us all. He's got just two offices. One's fucking weird.
This is his knife masturbatorium.
Yeah. Okay. And then
but it's really weird. It's got light up fountains with bubbles. It's got a lot of knives. There's not a few knives. We're looking at like 30 some odd knives that are all very big. I'll lay down on a table like he's having a conference with his knives. Just kind of hanging out there.
He's a weird guy. He gets pissed off at the tapes that he recorded of Decker, or not Decker, Boone. So maybe you're right. Maybe that there wasn't enough conclusive evidence, or maybe it's just that Boone got away, or Boone is now dead, and that's not good enough to pay. I don't know why he gets pissed off at these tapes and like chucks them against the wall.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to make sense. Like, maybe he's angry because he hasn't found the Nightbreed yet, or whatever.
The secret guide was Boone.
He thinks.
Yeah.
It's like, I thought Boone was a Nightbreed, but he's not because he's completely fucking dead. How about that?
Got shot a lot by me. Yeah. Okay.
This sucks. Shit, I hate everything. I'm sorry I brought you all here, my knives.
It's okay. Martha Winston, she goes to the bar, and she's like sad, I guess, about Boone's death, but she's asking about the Midian to randos, and like the bar guy is like, oh yeah, the Midian, yeah, I know all about that. Don't go up there if you know what's good for you, or do. I don't care. I'm not in this movie very much. And some barfly's like, oh, if only I could get a man. oh boy, men, buy me a drink, man, dance. And she's like, hey, you seem like you are cool. You want to be my friend? And she's like, yeah, totally. Okay, that's neat. I'm out of here. Okay. I'm gonna hang out more looking for men. And then she gets one.
Or she's like, maybe Lori just is a real fucking lightweight. She's like, she has 2 vodka crayons and she's like, I'm fucking ass up white girl wasted. See you later.
So she gets
and
in her
then
car
Cheryl Ann's
and
like,
drives away.
Yeah, Cheryl Ann's like, I dusted a pint before I even walked in here just to get walking straight. Jesus, we are on 2 different sides of the coin here.
Of vodka. Meanwhile, Boone, he's in the Midian, and there's a welcome party going on. He's surrounded by Nightbreed, and they're like, one of us, gooble gobble. And they bring him in, and the guy with Lyle's men, what's his name?
Dirk Lylesburg. He has a first name, allegedly.
It's weird. He's like, are you cool? And Boone's like, I try to be. All right, good enough for me. I'm going to put my hand in this boiling milk, and then I'm going to touch your chest. My hand. Okay, it's pretty boiling, my hand now. Now I'm going to touch your chest, and by the time it reaches your chest, it's going to be nice and cool, so it won't bother you at all. But why did I stick my hand in? Why didn't we just like get a squeeze, like a something to put it on you, like a squirt gun, you know, because it's like reverse holy water. It makes you the undead. I don't know. Either way, but why did I put my hand in here? Now it's gross from hand use as well.
Is it boiling?
It's
or
bubbling.
Is it magic?
It's bubbling. Are you accusing boiling water of being magic, Sam? Like it's some sort of freak shit? Or can milk just be boiling and it's boiling milk?
It's bubbly water. It's bubbly light water. It's magic Baphomet. It's probably his semen.
It looks like Epsom salt bath.
Boiling Epsom semen. Let me touch your chest. I'll try it. Fuck it. Next time I get a
stay away from this bath salt unless you want to eat somebody's face.
And sperm.
Yeah.
I'll try it. Let's see if it heals up my itchies. So he puts it on his chest and his owies go away.
Question.
Sure.
I'm going to burn this one right now.
Uh-huh.
So they touch him and his owies go away and he becomes whole.
Right.
So why doesn't Scalp Guy become whole?
Why does not Scalpy get his head back?
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck is that?
Sam.
Not sure. Unclear to this day.
I'll tell you why.
Maybe he likes it.
They paid a lot of money to put that makeup on Scalpy, and they're not just going to take it off of him and never use it again. He looks fucking... It doesn't make sense. He shouldn't have healed it up. He should have had the bullet wounds for the rest of the time. He's fucking dead. Why does he need to be healed? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. He's Nightbreed. He can be grody.
Why does Penface have eyeball cheeks?
Why does he have eyeball cheeks? That's not a thing that you can get.
It's not a thing you can get.
I've never heard of that condition.
Well, and why do we not see the eyeball cheeks until he dies? And then it's like, oh, so you just had pink eye the whole time. I'm not going to get off of this pink eye thing because it was just dripping down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or either that or he is the most emo goth kid ever and he's just always upset and crying out of his 6 other eyes.
Disintegration is the greatest album of all time. You don't even understand.
But I didn't see him flick his hair or, he wasn't wearing black. So I'm going to go with the pink eye.
Okay. I would rule the Midian, but hold on. I got to go downstairs for a little while. Puts on his headphones. I've been looking so long at these pictures of you that I almost believe that they're real.
No, he's even more emo than that. He's listening to Morrissey.
Morrissey's not evil or emo.
No. Oh, he's pretty fucking moopy. Dude, I mean, none of them are emo. They're like pre-emo by a lot, fun. Right?
Morrissey's
these people
MAGA guy, but
latch onto him ex post facto.
Girlfriend in a coma, I know. Yeah. I like them both.
But then when we see
I like the Cure and
the
Morrissey.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I like the Cure a lot, and I like Morrissey.
Yeah.
And How Soon Is Now is like the greatest song of all time.
Okay, so that brings me to my next point. Shithole town that they all live in, like they've been there for, I don't know, since the beginning of time. You think that they would have gotten some better infrastructure or, I don't know,
pretty
anything
sweet.
Better.
Like,
But it's a bunch of hovels in the walls and like fucking rope bridges that look like they're on their last leg.
It's pretty Thunderdome-y.
Yeah, and I'm like,
they
really?
can't go out during the day. It's a graveyard. I feel like they've done pretty well.
Yeah, I
with
mean,
what
I
they
feel
had
like they
to
could
work
have done
with.
better. You can make your own cement
can you?
and bricks.
It seems like
And-
they've done a good job with Adobe in there.
It looks like shithole. And where is their poop going? Well, I guess they're dead. They probably
Do
don't
they
eat or
even
anything.
poop?
Do they
Question
even poop?
mark.
Right. They probably don't poop. You're probably right.
Look,
because
it seems like there's a lot of
they're dead.
there's a lot of diversity here as well. So I imagine there's a lot of like different jobs as well. Everybody has their own task. I imagine one of them is a poopsmith.
It seems like nobody has a job, and that's probably why it's a shithole.
Okay.
Nobody's cleaning because they're all just fucking around constantly.
They're just fucking dicking off. We'll get into that. Okay, so Scalpy's there. Mac from the McDonald's commercials. There's a porcupine chick, and all the rest.
yeah, the bird porcupine lady was probably one of my favorites.
She's a little much. She needed to tone it down. Like she's the tonguey. Everybody did the tongue thing in the 90s. Like, whoa, aren't I weird because I could go blah, 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 with my tongue? And it's like, fuck off with that shit. But the makeup was cool. They did a good job on the makeup, which I guess is the whole movie. Hey, they did a good job on the makeup. Yeah, no duh. Okay, so we're back at the hot milk, and he's part of the group now. The ladies, our previous ladies, the barflies, they team up and they're like, "Hey, let's go up to the Midian." And Starla's like, "Okay." Oh my God, you won't believe it. Last night I met the man of my dreams. First, he bought me a martini. Then I went over and talked to him. And he was like, "Well, hey, gorgeous, what are you doing here? I'm a doctor." And she was like, I'm like, "Oh my God, my dreams have come true." And so I took him back to my trailer and I fucked him. And then I woke up.
I believe he told her that he was a banker.
Okay, whatever. He's above her pay grade, and her dreams have come true without question. Like, wait, why are you interested in me then? And my trailer.
Because everybody needs a little strange.
Also, now your crotch is going to itch. But that's cool.
He does look like a guy who would have crabs.
Are you fucking? She gave him the crabs. He's playing a honeypot. She's just getting laid because she thinks she's gonna be rich now. Oh my! She's the one with crabs, Jackie. She's in the trailer.
That's how really desperate Cheryl Ann is that David Cronenberg in a suit can honeypot her.
Right. Exactly.
She's like, hot stuff, and we're all like, really? Cronenberg? All right, whatever.
I knew that if I just hung in at Stu's Pub and Grill off Highway 69, I would eventually find the husband of my dreams again.
Yep. Oh, come on. Like, we
Fifth
all
time.
didn't just go to the bar to find somebody at one point. Like,
at
dude,
Stu's
I need
Pub
a lay.
and Grill off of Highway 69. She is a trollop, Jackie. She's a woman of ill repute.
She's just looking for love in all the wrong places.
Absolutely all the wrong places. Yeah, totally the wrong places. But she is the crab deliverer, not the crab delivery.
she's the. God damn it. I think that she should just shave half of her pubic hair off and then light the other half on fire. And then swat at them as they run to the other side.
So that she can smell burnt pubes. The greatest smell ever.
Hello? Are you the guy who asked for a delivery of crabs? I'm your Uber. Food.
I've got crab legs.
Food
See,
Uber.
Callie? I've got crab legs. See, Callie?
Food Uber. What's that called? Uber Eats. There you go. Here's your crabs. That's her. Okay, so they go to the Midian, the cemetery, and they're looking around, and they're like, "Why are we here?" I don't know. Really, I guess the M stands for Midian. Anyway, I think my boyfriend might be not dead. I don't know.
She just wants to see where
while
it happened.
I walk around for 10 hours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She wants to see where Boone died. Because
she wants to see the crime scene.
That's what the cops would tell her. She'd have access to the information. Yeah, where we shot at the fuck out of a guy who didn't actually have a gun, and we might all be on the hook. Yeah, it was up the road.
Well, I'm sure it made the local paper like they stopped a psychopath, right? Because I'm sure that the doctor painted him out to be some kind of psycho. So it was probably like, we protected the community from this fucking weirdo guy.
Once again, LAPD, that all works in 1990. That all big gun, giant fucking gun, like the Joker's gun at the end of Batman. Big fucking gun. So we shot him. Outside of LA in 1990, I don't know, Jax. I think these cops are in trouble.
I don't think so. It seems like a small town where they're all going to have each other's backs, and you are just fucked.
Okay. Did he have a gun? No.
Yes.
Okay.
I planted one on him from the evidence room, so we are good.
I think they might be in trouble
because
even in
everybody's keeping one in their glove box at that point, just in case.
Yeah. All right. So, Sheena, that's what I'm calling her. She's dying. She's dying here real soon. Her new boyfriend that she met at the bar last night, it's Philip K. Decker, the scarecrow killer. Oh no. Well,
do you think he put on his mask before he killed her, or just, went up and did the deed?
No, I hope he put a mask on his penis, if you catch my drift.
Well, he didn't.
You still get crabs with a condom on, Jaggy.
Sure.
I know that. Thank you. I've never had any STD, but I assume that it's pretty shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, you haven't met me yet. Oh, wait, never mind.
I've had you for the last, 15 years, dude.
Okay.
We're good.
Wait till you get a load of me. Then you'll get some STDs.
And then I'll be like, did you not clean the hot tub?
Yeah.
Is this where this came from? Because it has, dirty hot tub written all over it.
Yeah,
and
I might be patient.
You're right. I've been sitting in my own filth for months.
I might be patient zero of hot tub virus.
Hot tub
25.
weirdo virus.
Okay, all right, we got to move on. So she is wandering around the cemetery, Wendy or Rachel or Bethany or whatever.
Lori.
And she finds a little gooby guy laying there going, oh, help me. I'm a little animatronic thing. Help me. And so there's a gypsy lady standing. She's like, help the little gooby thing. And so she picks it up and it's heavy because it's an animatronic. It's got robotics in it, but pretty fucking good stuff right here that this isn't a puppet, that it is a full working animatronic gooby guy that is in the shot for 10 seconds.
But did anybody else think it was weird that this weird-looking ET thing turned into a little kid?
Well, I'm getting there.
Fuck, man.
Giving the movie a compliment on its fucking superior.
Oh yeah, it's really good animatronic.
Stan Winston style shit. It's good stuff right here. So the Jippo, she gives it to the Jippo, and it turns into a kid, as Jackie said. And Lousman's like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here. Get out, leave, go away. You're a natural." And no, I'm here for Boone. Boone is busy. And then they go downstairs, but they also leave the door open for her, which is kind of weird.
Weird.
Well, and then they say well, you did technically save this little weirdo's life.
Yeah.
hey, do you want the weird kid that turns into E.T.?
Yeah, it doesn't
when it's
burn
out in
up.
the sun?
Doesn't burn up like the others do later, because that's the thing. Nightbreed can't be out in the sun. They're vampire-esque in that.
Some of them
Can't
can't be out in the sun.
Sort of. I'm not sure about that either, because even Scalpy, when he's out in the sun, has to wear sunglasses, and like he's like oh god damn it, from Preacher, what's his the vampire, he puts on the sunscreen and he can go outside. Hat and sunglasses.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus God, I suck. That's my favorite fucking shit ever, and that guy's one of the best characters of all time.
I haven't watched Preacher in like a couple of months. I can't remember that guy's name.
He's not in the TV show, Jackie, because the TV show blows ass. Okay, so they fall.
Oh, but he is.
Okay.
The vampire guy?
Okay, maybe
he's in The Preacher.
All right, fine, whatever. The show still blows ass. So she follows them past the snacks. I don't know what I got there. But she gets scared away. She goes back and finds Cheryl all stabbed up. From Scarecrow. She's all dead in a tree. And then she runs back to the Midian, and Boone.
You know, I just want to say, as a lady, you're thinking you're going to get some dick here.
Okay.
You bend over in the tree. You're like, yeah, do me. And then you get stabbed in the hands and no dick. Like,
looks like he stabbed her in the back first.
Yeah.
Or maybe he did. She's stabbed up pretty good.
She's pretty messy.
yeah, but she's got knives in both of her hands. So she's ready for dick action.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, if you're going to murder me, at least rape me good before you do. Jesus Christ.
No, Jesus Christ. Not actual. You, Jesus Christ, Jackie. God damn it, dude. R word.
I mean, let me go out with a bang.
Okay, so here's how I'll do the joke for you. She's like, oh, why don't you do you like this? Do you like this? Do you like it when I put my hands on the tree? Why don't you take my picture, sexy boy? And then he fucking stabs her in the hands. She's like, oh, one of those types, huh? Well, come on.
Not how it went.
Oops, now you got me. then he kills her.
And then he's like, you gave me crabs. That's why he killed her.
No, he killed her because
he didn't need to kill her.
Murderer, but
he just can't not kill
her,
people because there's no reason to kill her.
No, none.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just likes it.
So Boone's like, oh, my girlfriend needs help. And he breaks free and he goes and rescues her from Decker. And Decker, he's going to kill him, but Decker gets away. And then Boone's like, I'm mad. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And turns into Grossface. I'm Boone.
But it wasn't that gross. I mean,
he gets gross face, Jackie.
Weird marks on his face.
And his head swells up.
Somebody drew on him.
And he's breathing steam or fire or whatever. It's gross. He gets gross face.
It wasn't.
It's just shitty face. He just gets shitty face.
He gets shitty gross face.
It wasn't.
It's like
Boone Man.
Yeah, Boone Man sucks. For all of the makeup
in my hand, save me. Come together with my hand.
God,
Boone Man.
Yep, that's about right. He's the only Soundgarden song that truly sucks.
Spoon Man does blow. Boone Man also blows. Okay. And then Scalpy's like, dude, calm down. Rachel or Lori or whatever. Okay. Whew. Okay, so he comes back to being just Boone. But then, hey, you're not supposed to go out and help naturals. You broke the law on your first day, Boone.
Yep.
You're exiled. That's crap, man. Bullshit. I
didn't have time to read the handbook.
Yeah, I want to talk to the manager.
Exile a Nightbreed guy because he'd get tortured and tell anyone where you are.
Right. No shit.
You just have to lock him away somewhere.
Plus, where am I supposed to go?
In a hovel in the side of the mountain that you built.
So,
they
anyways,
have a lockdown in there. We see that later.
yeah, no shit, a brig. Boone's like, no, that's crap. I want to talk to the manager. Okay, well, he's downstairs. So he goes downstairs, and his name is Malako Macabo?
Baphomet.
Baphomet. Okay, I was off by a little bit. I like Macabo better. So Decker,
Monaco Pete.
Okay. So Decker, he drives back into town. And he finds a gas station. He's like, "Hey, you got Doritos, like the taco Doritos, not the nacho cheese." Yeah, it's a convenience store, and I'm an old guy, and I'm a kooky guy. Oh, cool. Well, it seems like you're an all right guy. Do you know anything about the Midian? Oh, totally. I'll tell you everything you need to know.
Yes.
Guy. Like, how does everybody knows about the fucking Midian?
Yeah. Well, this guy wanted to be one. We find that out later when
True.
He's being tortured for information by being tied up in his own Christmas lights.
Like, you knocked him out. You didn't have time to find anything better than an old pair of Christmas lights.
Well, I mean, his shack is shitty as fuck. It's just Christmas lights and fishing lures is all he's got there, so...
And did you notice that they're still on? So he didn't even unplug them from the wall. He just went and found, where the cord ended and was like, this is happening.
So he's getting all the dirt.
And the whole time he's singing, Holly Jolly Christmas, it's a good time I see. I will now just stab you. He 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 he. You must believe on a Christmas Eve. I won't pass you by. I'll stab you in the dick you see. Flying by and by. Okay, I'm done. Go ahead.
The old Saint Snickety Snick.
Okay. All right. So he's getting all the information about the Nightbreed. Meanwhile, Laurie Strode, she's downstairs. And she's talking to the Nightbreed, and they give her a flashback of, like, all about them as well. And see, this is where you're wrong, Jax, is because the last time the Nightbreed got found out, like somebody spilled the beans on the Nightbreed and, like, to the peasants, that's when they got crusaded. They didn't become Nightbreed because of crusading. The crusading happened against Nightbreed, like, find them, kill them, and like, oh, the Nightbreed apocalypse.
This is visually one of the strongest pieces in the movie. It's really good.
And see, and I thought that this was more confusing than anything else, because Justin's saying they went out and found them, and I'm saying this is historically over time where they eliminated other tribes that they found along the way. So
this is why we went into hiding, is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but only the last one of every breed gets Nightbreeded. So how would you feel about that? The coward of your fucking tribe.
Okay, well, no, okay.
The piece
only
of
the
shit
last
from your tribe that was hiding while everybody else was getting murdered.
You've been drinking, haven't you?
That's the guy that gets to stay in the Nightbreed,
oh my
not
God.
the warrior princess.
Oh, boy.
The piece of shit that hid.
This is going to turn into a mess.
gets
I still got a whole
Nightbreeded.
page.
That sounds like,
She's
okay,
getting-
Pete, you made the
she's
cut.
getting
Now we're going to
wacky.
stuff something in your ass.
Yep. Okay, let's try to
You've
get
been Nightbreeded.
we got to try to get through this, gang. So she's determined to find Boone, and she wanders around, and like the Nightbreed like hassle her and shit, like bleh, we're Nightbreed, bleh. And she walks around. She get like the deeper you go, the goopier it gets.
Yeah.
And so she gets grabbed by the berserkers downstairs far enough. Are the Nightbreed berserkers. I'm not sure what their deal is, other than that they are in Nightbreed prison for being so Nightbreedy that they're just berserkers.
Well, they're like the Beastmaster.
They are not.
They're there to guard the end guy, and
They're there to talk to ferrets.
they had a worm put in their ear, and then they become totally uncontrollable. So they're like, yeah, okay, we got to put these guys in there with like Wolverine gloves on so they can get people.
Huh. I think that they were just the meanest of the Nightbreed. Like actual berserkers.
They're just actual monsters. They're like carnage. Nothing but carnage.
So they're berserkers. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Meanwhile, bird head necklace guy, he's in this movie too. He talks to her and he's like, "Hey, it's cool. Don't worry about it. But you can't be down here. It's too dangerous." So they run outside. Meanwhile, at the Sweetgrass Inn, Decker's decided to get a room for the night.
Is not in the original version.
Okay. He kills the owners because that's what Decker does. And
he kills the one lady for being such a... I mean, what is that? Her pastry... Mm-hmm. This is a travesty.
It's fucking
what
weird,
happens to her pastry. And
so
that she
gross.
makes it worse constantly.
Oh, it's gross down here on the floor, but if I put it up on the counter, it'll be fine.
She like drops it, breaks it and mashes it, and then like hates it, but then still eats some of it. Yeah, gets it all over her hands and face.
God, it's so gross down here, but I'm going to have it if I can get it up on my hotel counter. Don't be down here, pastry. It's floor pastry, lady. Either lean into it being floor pastry or don't eat it. But either way, it's still floor pastry.
Before it even ends up being floor pastry, it has obviously exploded on her. Yeah. And she's like, I can still handle this. No, right. You need to get a paper plate or a paper towel or something. That is blown up on you. You can't handle it anymore.
Well, she's dead now. I also forgot that Boone got with Lori, and they also run to the Sweetgrass Inn to get a room somehow, because the owners are dead. There's nobody working the front desk, but they just go to a room, and Lori's like, wait a minute. There's a glory hole in this wall. Is there a penis on the other side? Oh, my God, it's dead guys. God damn it, Boone. There's dead guys in the next room, Boone. Dang it. I paid extra for not dead guys in the next room. Shit. Do you want to still stay for breakfast tomorrow morning? So they run out of there. The cops and the SWAT, they're swarming because did we meet the head sheriff of Canada Town at all yet?
Yeah, I think you just skip past that because they're what's his face, the detective guy shows up, and that's when this Captain Elfman is just like, this is my fucking rodeo, you son of a bitch. Don't tell me what to fucking do. I'm the fucking king of Canada or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's when it's mentioned that they're in Manitoba as well, which then would put the major city as Winnipeg, where they came from originally. But now we know we're in remote Manitoba, and this man is like the sheriff of Hope, Oregon, basically.
Right. Okay. So Boone, he's like, cops inbound, Boone man, no likey. And he crashes through the wall like Kool-Aid Man. And they're like, yeah, dude, your gross face thing sucks. I don't even know what your powers are. And they get him and they put him in jail and they beat him in the cell. Boy, you ain't had enough of me yet. Yeah. I'm going to teach you a lesson. And then he's like, open up your mouth. I'm going to put something in it. It's my fist. And then they beat him up and walk away. And he's like, wait a minute. This is not how this usually goes. Okay.
Well, they beat the shit out of him. And they're like, this is what we do to cannibals around here. And then he doesn't go, get a lot of cannibals around here, do you?
Because that's not how it happened.
Yeah, right. Nice. So the cops have a press conference because that's what they do. Yeah, we caught the guy. He's a dirty guy. We got him. All the CNNs and the MSNs and the YouTubes are there. And then a doctor comes in and says, wait, the man you got is dead.
Dead.
Oh, God. No, he's like not dead. I mean, like he's dead, but he's kind of like wandering around and stuff. He's undead. Like, he's not dead.
It's like 2 for 1 because the press conference that he's like, oh, yeah, it's finally time for me to get my bitchin' press conference on. all the reporters are like, is this a mass murderer that was suspected to be killed already? And he's like, I am unprepared to handle any of these questions that are being asked. Right when the guy's like, by the way, that guy you just beat the shit out of is legally dead. And he's like, excuse me, I need to leave all of this right now. Bye.
This is a lot of information coming at me, I'll be honest. I didn't get notes before I showed up to the press conference. I just thought it'd be cool to have a press conference. I've always wanted to say, and you can print that. That's what I've always wanted to say. I never had the shot until today. There's a lot of rhyming unintentionally, I might say. So he freaks out at Decker, that Boone does, and the cops, they're like, oh shit, we gotta go to the Midian because this guy's from there, and I guess there's dead people. We know about I don't know how the cops get on the decide to kill the Midian shit.
Well, they're different.
What's his fuck shows up again, and he's like, by the way, you have to, I'm telling you, there's a lot more people that are going to die. It's all going to be on your watch. Da, 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 da. And no one says, hey, Detective Joyce, why the fuck do you keep listening to this guy? No one says that. They're like, they kind of do, but the detective's like, no, we got to trust this guy. Everything that's happened around this guy has been great so far. So we're going to keep trusting this Dr. Decker fellow.
Even that part where we shot that unarmed guy who's now walking around our cells.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So they lock and load. They get big guns. They got a guy.
You forgot when they spring Boone with Hot Naked Lady.
No, I'm not there.
So this is the Canadian SWAT team begins. The redneck recon.
Yeah. Well, no, the cops go to the fucking Midian first, and they grab Bird Necklace guy and pull him out into the sun, and he explodes. And it's,
he explodes.
Because it doesn't make any sense why he explodes. I don't get it.
He's one of the guys that can't go in the sun.
Okay.
Only some of them.
Then I don't know.
Hot Naked Lady, she's fine.
Then why doesn't she get like a semi truck and everybody pulls up and we can get in the semi truck and we'll drive through the day in the semi. I mean, I guess it's hot.
'Cause that would be bitching.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Nightbreed trucking.
Man, that's a big storm. I wish we were recording right now so I could listen to this shit or go watch it. All right, so the scalp guy, he blows up their car, and then how does he break Boone out?
So he drives I guess they have a shittier older car with mostly spray paint tinted windows and dust.
Yeah.
And they get to the jail, and he brings out the lady who has the kid that turns back and forth between cats and likes to go out in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that lady just disrobes, and the cop on duty's like, ha. And then she's like, I don't want to hurt you. Make out with me. And then she sucks the life out of him, and he dies.
Do you really want to suck the life out of me and I die? Do you really want to make me cry?
He won't cry because he's dead as fuck.
'Cause I'm dead as fuck. Didn't make it into the culture club.
Yeah. Later on, when she kills somebody, takes her clothes off again, but I guess it was going to take too long, so she just punches straight through their body.
Yeah.
So she's got a number of tricks up her sleeve.
Holy shit! I didn't know you could do that. That's
yeah.
All right. So the rest of the cops, they put together a posse. They got all sorts of fucking dipshits on this fucking thing.
Yes.
This is not the Pinkertons.
Every tuned up drunk fucker in a flannel shirt in town that has a gun gets to come along, and there's quite a few of them.
If this is who Butch and Sundance face off at the end, the freeze frame is implied that Butch and Sundance make it.
Yeah. We're just gonna pause this for a second right before Butch and Sundance shoot all these stupid fuckers.
It's not a good posse.
Because they're drunk. They're completely
drunk
tuned up on
idiots.
Black Velvet as well.
Yeah. And they're locked and loaded by this nerd guy who just loves fucking big guns, which is kind of fun. So then Boone and Lori, they reunite and fucking eat each other's faces again. God damn it. Mm-hmm. And the cops, they've swarmed the graveyard and they got claymores and fucking TNT everywhere. And we're going to open this shit up and kill all of them with the sun or guns or dynamite. I don't know. We're just going to blow it up.
There's guys with flamethrowers.
You got flamethrowers. Like there's some hippies going to be showing up later that we're going to roast and cook and then have up us a little supper with them. Wait, that'd make me a cannibal. But they're hippies. So
they're hippies.
I think it's
if
fair.
You have sex with them, it makes them gay, not you.
Right. I think it's okay to eat a hippie.
Yeah.
Cooked. Not raw. Cooked, though, Gary. That's why I brought this here flamethrower.
Mm-hmm.
So they
says
blow
Hippie
it all
Cooker
up.
2000 right on the side.
Hippie Cooker 2000. All right, so they blow it all up, which now that has made it nighttime. So oh shit, we didn't time that right.
That's the best part of the fucking redneck recon and Canadian SWAT team is their timing is very poor.
Yeah. So Boone's downstairs and he's like, "Look, we got to get everybody out of here, women and children. This ain't no Helm's Deep, you son of a bitch." I don't know why everybody in Canada talks like this now, but get them up out of here. And the rest of you boys, we're going to go fight. You little elf short, I'm a dwarf. All right, get your like stabby thing. And you, gay elf guy, I'm just a wood elf. Get up there on the parapet and shoot the big ones. It's a helm. I'm rolling with the Helm's Deep thing.
We need weapons, so we'll use this coffin to make sticks. It's like a million things in here that will make a better weapon than this, but here's some sticks.
Here's some sticks. Like, wait, we got a porcupine lady. Why isn't she up here helping? Because we've got sticks, and we've got Boone.
Sticks.
I'm Boone Man.
I'm pretty sure you shoot lasers out of your eyes, but here's a stick.
Here's a stick. Meanwhile, Decker's chasing after Lori. He's got his mask on. She's like, why am I always getting chased around in this movie?
Has he killed the detective yet?
I don't think so. Okay. I don't know if I care.
Because he does that way early. Like, I'm like, really jumping the gun on killing this guy right now.
I didn't reference the detective at all because he just doesn't really do anything. He's in it, though. There's lots of Nightbreed. They're all dying, but there's lots of cops fucking dying, too. Like, this seems like the Nightbreed are going to, like, if it's just a numbers game, Nightbreed are going to win. There's more Nightbreed than cops. So
they're really, and they're doing a better job. I think they're going 2-1.
Yeah,
Nightbreed
probably
versus
2-1.
cops. So
yeah. But
and
some of them are just getting dead, and like some of the Nightbreed are getting dead like easily. Like they're just getting shot, run up and get shot.
Yeah.
Why are you up there?
No,
because Boone told me to attack with a stick.
They just didn't get they didn't listen good. Because he's like, all right, you that suck at fighting, don't. You that are, get up there, I'll give you some sticks. And they're like, we don't need them, by the way. And then, like, 8 of the shitty Nightbreeds are like, yeah, let's get them. And they're like, you are the people that, okay, fine. You were supposed to stay. You were part of the escape team, the don't hurt me team. Because you suck. But you've run headlong into gunfire. Congratulations, right. You are dead.
Some of those Nightbreed that ran headlong into gunfire were some of the people that I liked. Like looking at. They were cool. Bartleby or Bartholomew, what's his name?
The guy with the snake belly?
Yeah. The head
Tony
honcho.
Bluto.
No. The head honcho. Bartleby.
Dirk Lylesburg.
No, not his character. The guy that's in the basement. The head of the Nightbreed. Bartholomew.
Baphomet, the demon.
Yeah, okay. He's like...
Was that supposed to be like a reference to the devil?
He's like one of the, in that whole, whatever.
Table it. Sam's got a theory. Yeah. He's just chopping. We'll hold on.
Not really with Baphomet at all.
Well, then, maybe, okay. If you don't solve Baphomet, then you didn't solve shit. But he's like, in my glow eyes talk, Boone, I'm going to blow this place up. And Boone's like, well, what about the Nightbreed? They got no place to go. He's like, Nightbreed must start over. Everything must die. So we're just going to move over there. So we have failed to mention that the Canadian SWAT team / redneck recon unit have also enlisted the services of a drunk priest. Right. Yeah, there's a drunk priest down there, too. Just so they're on the right side of God. Yeah. But he will figure in later. Okay, well, don't blow it up yet, because I'm going to go get the berserkers, and Lylesman's dead. No, Coop Face, the scene Jackie's talking about where he's got eyeballs in his gills. Yep. Boone and Decker, they face off finally after, Scalpy's dead too. Boone cut his head off. Didn't make it. Yeah, that was unfortunate that we don't get to see what happens. He's like, aha, Dr. Decker, I've got a little revenge suite to play for you, and then apparently gets his head lopped off immediately. While the whole place is on fire and exploding and gunfire everywhere, he had to manage time to have that happen off screen. Okay. Yeah. But then Boone stabs him, like he gets stabbed in the chest, Boone, or he gets stabbed in the back, and the knife comes through his chest. He's like, come here, Doc. It's time you and I got closer, and gives him a big old hug. And Doctor's like, oh, you're stabbing me with the knife I put in you. Oh, no. Yeah. And he's like, that's not enough for me. Time to take a walk, Doc. It's not a zinger, but it rhymes. And he blasts him, and Decker's dead body falls to the ground, like 50 feet. Cool. Give me a hug. Can't believe you fell for that. Fell off the rope bridge, to say, and died from hugging a knife man. You know, usually, Sam, you help me out with the zingers that I fail on, but I'll be honest, that did not help at all. No. Should have just let me do with the doc walk. Okay, so Bartholomew, he tells Boone that he's the chosen one, and now you are no longer Boone Man. You are Cabal. Cool. Cabal. Cabal, sorry. Not the X-Men. Cabal. Wait, like a secret organization that's plotting to dethrone a ruler? Yeah, Cabal. And the priest is down there, and he's like, oh, shit, I'm so drunk. So he, like, bumps into the milk, and he dumps it all over himself. The magic milk on his own face and blames them. Oh, the quick is on me. It's your fault. And he gets like a weird hit. He doesn't die. But he becomes a Nightbreed from this. He becomes a Nightbreed from the milk. I don't get that. And anyways, the Midian explodes. And there's a giant crater. Some of the people got out. Boone says, I'll come back to you later. I guess all the cops are dead, except for one. I'll come back to you later, Lori. No, they're all dead. Because except Captain Eggleman makes it out, but then is killed by the preacher. Except for one. I'm getting there. And she's like, no, don't leave me. And he's like, get out of here. And he starts giving her the Harry and the Hendersons thing. No, bad Harry, get out of here. We don't want you. And she's like, and then she stabs herself in the tummy. And he's like, oh, no, I didn't mean for you to kill yourself. Get out of here. I just meant, like, go to L.A. or someplace. And she's like, I'm dying. You got to save me. And he's you got to Nightbreed me. Okay. But after you bite me and turn me into a Nightbreed. You taste like old lettuce. I didn't want to do this. Now she's Nightbreed. Yeah,
he was really thinking, like, shit, if I don't bite her, then, technically I'm responsible for her death. But really, do I want to spend eternity? It's like a marriage proposal in the heat of the moment.
The commitment is pretty heavily implied that it's like forever. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah. It's like, damn you, that's a power play if I've ever seen one.
Hook and
This
sinker.
is like the pregnancy trap.
See who's wearing.
Because they become part of the prophecy on the wall, and it's a painting of her nagging him endlessly and him having to just do it.
It's the old keep a Nightbreed baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the sheriff, he stumbles out and he finds the priest, but the priest is Nightbreed now, and I guess he's a bad Nightbreed. He's
like a Nightbreed, but he doesn't understand anything, so he's just really angry. If this would have made it into a trilogy as planned, I imagine that he would have gone to like try to defeat them and then realized he's one of them or whatever.
Yeah, maybe because the camera
you can't have Nightbreed on Nightbreed is just too stupid. It has to be the people against you.
When he kills the sheriff, like he looks back and the camera zooms in on him and the music is like, duh! Like what?
Yeah.
What? He killed, like everybody else killed cops. Why is this guy? I don't know. And then the rest of them are hanging out in a barn someplace and they're like, what shall we do? We'll wait for Cabal. Cabal!
And what the fuck is he doing? Just banging Lori on a hill?
Yeah,
how long is that
much.
going to take? He could just walk over there and get him.
But he's right over there. I can see his ass thrusting up and down.
Well, and like, what's this deal with like, when the wind comes, like what?
Mm-hmm.
So any wind?
You guys,
it's windy right now. Like, what's happening?
What wind are we talking about? Pull my finger.
Oh, I was in the outtakes. Yeah, no, there's definitely supposed to be more here. Like the spice, we must all find the spice.
Yeah.
But there's no Nightbreed 2, unless you count that weird Russian movie whose name I can't remember. That's kind of like this.
They actually did a comic continuation of this after the release of this, which is weird because there was a Nightbreed comic for the first version that's totally different based upon there's going to be a sequel ending, which is there's going to be a sequel ending.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's the movie. Sam, it is your turn to tell us what the Nightbreed are.
So they're just vampires, right?
No.
Why the fuck not? How are they fucking not vampires?
Because
I'll preface this. You watch some anime or any Japanese storytelling, vampires are kind of like this in Japanese storytelling. They have different powers, different kind of vampires, but he bites her, she becomes undead, he got bit, he became undead. They're just fucking vampires.
I mean, do vampires hang out in cemeteries, though? I guess. And so here's my thing. You know what they actually are? They're fucking Plan 9ers, which were vampires, but they're Plan 9ers vampires. Yeah. They hang out in a cemetery and go, oh, and they look fucking weird and they're all different. They're like, you watch Plan 9 from Outer Space and then you watch Nightbreed and you're like, this is just Plan 9 from Outer Space, but shitty,
but more competent slightly.
But shitty. I don't know if it is more competent, Sam. It's fucking loosey goosey.
The makeup's really good.
The makeup's really good. I get if makeup in Plan 9 for Ed Wood's pretty fucking good, but Tor Johnson, like there's like 5 Tor Johnsons in this movie, so they're vampires, but they're Plan 9 vampires. Yeah. They are not Twilight vampires. They're Plan 9 vampires.
Not Robin. What's her name? Robin what?
Robin. Thick.
The lady that writes all the goddamn sexy vampire shit.
Anne Rice? Anne Rand?
Anne
Anne
Rice.
Rice. There we go, Robin. My brain of knowledge. That's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not an interview with a vampire. Vampires. They're fucking playing niners for sure. So I'll give you that if you add a asterisk to it. Jackie?
Yeah.
Questions?
So, what happens next? Like, do they find another thing, or does he know he's supposed to find them another place to live?
The tone.
And does he go for a graveyard?
So the tone of the ending is like a different total fucking shift, and it almost feels Mad Maxy compared to the rest of the movie. Like he's fucking Mad Max, and he's gonna lead them. He's not a messiah. I mean, I guess he is a messiah, but he's more of a Muhammad. Like he's going to lead them, or a Moses. He's going to lead them to a new land. Well, Muhammad did that too, you fucking racist bastard. Maybe same guy. I don't know. But lead them to a new Mecca, as it were.
Yeah, but does he do it, or does he just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now, like bang Lori for the rest of my life? Like, it kind of seems like he doesn't really know what's going on.
No, he's fucking dumb. He's not a good Moses.
He's dumb as shit. They're like, when is Boone coming? And he walks through, and they're like, oh, you're done banging? He's like, yeah, I have ants in my ass crack. We can leave now. They're like, where are we to go? And he's like, well, I think there's a place that we're all going to fit in just great, and it's called L.A.
Yeah, no shit.
The end.
Yeah, the end. But I imagine
Lori, you're going to love your new band. It's going to be even shittier than your last band.
I imagine the concept was still also Mad Maxy. They're getting chased by cops with, and they're in cars and they're on the ground. And just a whole that get over there thing. Go over there.
Yeah.
My question is, who looked the coolest? Sam.
I think it's the porcupine lady because that's the most memorable thing of the movie for me for however many fucking years since the first time. The first time I saw this, I was 10, I think. So for now, 36 years, that's the thing I remember most about this movie.
Without looking it up, make a guesstimate on how long her makeup would have taken.
I would say that no less than 6 hours. I saw some of the stuff. They were pretty efficient about this whole thing, even though they did spend a lot on it, quote unquote, a lot. 11 million in 90 is not 11 million in 80, right? It's not. It's a meager budget, but it's bigger than what they were used to. A lot of the suits were rubber, so they just had to blend. So I feel like she still had a very lengthy, at least 4 hours. But it wouldn't be as bad as if they were doing like what Chickless had to do for The Thing, kind of a lengthy process. So,
Jackie, who's your favorite? Who's the coolest looking?
I'm with Sam. I like the bird lady.
Bird lady. Help me out with the bird lady.
The bird lady with the spikes.
That's porcupine.
Porcupine.
The porcupine lady.
Okay.
Whatever. Right. She had like a bird face, but a porcupine.
Yeah, she was birdie in the face.
Vibe.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she was.
Okay.
And so I remember her the most. And then the second one is probably the black devil guy with the horns.
Okay.
And it's just because those two costumes were just kind of, I don't know, they just really stood out to me. The rest of them, I could give a shit less.
Okay. I like the guy who is a grown-ass man in height, but his head has like fallen down to his tummy. I like that.
The fat guy with a tummy head?
With the tummy head, but he's still got shoulders at the normal height.
Yeah.
I thought that was creative.
No, that guy was fucking gross.
Yeah, that's the point. That is the total point.
Oh, no. Yep. I did not like that guy.
The goop is getting her. The goop is getting her. It's in
goop
post.
Is getting her.
It's post.
But here's,
he was goopy.
Here's probably a thing that has worked against this movie its entire lifespan, no matter what version. is that you could ask 100 people that have seen this movie who their favorite Nightbreeder is, and the answer will never, ever be Aaron Boone Cabal.
It's not Boone.
Boone sucks. And it's the one thing that works hardest against this movie is that he sucks.
Boone Man.
He really, I mean, they tried to keep him handsome, and that's
And
where
cool.
I think that they kind of failed.
Oh, we need to make him a
Yeah.
monster, but he also needs to like wear 501s and a white t-shirt. Like, make him cool or fucking don't make him at all, kind of a thing.
Right. Boone sucks.
Yeah, like,
Boone fucking blows.
why does he have to have monster face when he goes into monster mode? Like, nobody else fucking does that.
Like, what's Dune?
Like, no other creature does that.
What's Dune Man's name instead of Boone Man? What's fucking Arrakis?
Paul Atreides?
Yeah, Paul Atreides. Like, I like Paul Atreides way more than fucking Boone Man. Way fucking more.
Yeah.
And I do not like Paul Atreides at all.
Yeah, no, Cabal needs to be like, you are Cabal. Like, he needs to be badass. And he's just like he's still just Craig Sheffer.
He fucking is just Craig Sheffer.
Which you started the bar too low and then you didn't elevate it at all.
Feel the rhythm in your hands.
I have another question.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think Laurie's magic vampire power is going to be?
Well, I hope it's
the power of disappointment.
yeah.
Oh.
I hope that she suddenly gets
And being able to deal with it.
yeah. No, I mean, it seems like she's to the opposite of Jackie. Like, what we know is that she's actually like a master manipulator at this point. So maybe like she's like the purple man, but she's the purple woman. She's playing the game.
Who the hell is the purple man?
You have to read the. Well, I guess you could watch Jessica Jones. Purple Man's like the worst, the fucking worst. Like, get shredded in a fucking paper thing. Purple Man. He controls people's minds, and he like. There's lots of other people that control people's minds, but he controls people's minds for one specific purpose. And it's not good. So maybe she's, that because of what we've seen.
No, I think that she's got like fucking singing powers. Like when she Nightbreeds out, like she just gets more rouge, her hair gets more 80s, and she just starts belting out Tina Turner and blowing people's ears out.
Dun 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 dun.
She starts the society
Boone
of
Man,
wives
together
and
with
sisters
your hands.
supportive group.
Save me. Boone Man. No, singing powers, that sucks. It's only one song she's got, and it blows. Sorry. Final recommendations? We good?
Yeah, I mean, we could talk forever about like
I cannot.
its merits. And
I cannot talk forever about its merits.
I think that they got. So my last thing I'm going to mention is that the makeup's good, and they have to lean hard to makeup because it's in a really weird spot. They tried some stop motion, and some of that made it into this cut.
A little, yeah.
But they are seriously smack dab in the middle of stop motion and CGI. So this is what they could do.
I think
Like Jurassic Park is 3 years later.
Yeah, right. I think the makeup and the effects are the draw. I think there's only one other movie that you could lump into this type of film, and it's From Beyond. And if I had to choose between the two, it is 100% Nightbreed. But if I had to choose between Nightbreed and not Nightbreed, I would choose not Nightbreed. I don't like Nightbreed.
So is that a no
it's
from
a,
you,
It's
Justin?
a do not. I mean, it's tough because it's so dumb and so weird and like on a thing. But I've seen it 3 times now, and I'm never going to be a fan of Nightbreed. I think it's like, it's boring. The sad part of Nightbreed is that as awesome as we made it sound because of how stupid it is, the stupid makes it sound awesome, but really while you're watching it on screen, There's a level of tedium to it. It's like, repetition. This is happening again. And like which is like the theme with a lot of like creature effects movies is they got to milk it. And I don't think this like doesn't do a bad job of milking the creature effects. It does a bad job of milking every single goddamn other thing about this fucking movie that is not the interesting part. Like, there's opportunity here for sure. A race of Nightbreed, the dead that aren't dead, a society that needs to have their own like life. Let them be, a Billy Jack figure comes in. I'm fine with all that fucking shit, but none of that's what happens. It's just stupid. And I'm never going to get on board with Nightbreed. It's never going to happen.
So did you at least like this version better because there's at least more Nightbreed and less of the shit that doesn't make sense?
The narrator says he did not. I don't like Nightbreed. Okay. I don't like Nightbreed. I'll never. Yeah, it's not my jam. Like the effects, like the makeup, but I fucking hate Boone. Just can't stand him.
He sucks.
He sucks. Jackie.
Well, I remember the first time that I watched this, I was thinking that this was Fright Night because I was super drunk. Mm-hmm. And this was before I met you two.
Okay.
And that it was going to be like Fright Night. Mm-hmm. And so I was disappointed. But with the extended version, I actually enjoyed it quite a bit.
Okay.
Like, not like, oh my God, drop everything and watch this. But I mean, it's definitely a 7 out of 10. And I maybe it's growing on me.
That's high praise for the anti-goop committee.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's growing with me over time, like I said, but I kind of think that you should watch this. It's fun.
Okay.
And the visuals are good and the costume design is good. The story's kind of shit, but whatever. I mean, I kind of wish that in movies they would be more realistic about a serial killer's mask that just has buttons for eyeballs and that the guy would have tripped. But
hit his head.
That is just
or a frisbee would have bonked him because you guy can't hit his head. Something's got to hit their head for it to be funny for you. So,
well, I did get hit in the head with a frisbee my first year of college.
Okay, great. But this is the end of the show, so we don't need to know the rest. Sam,
that's it.
Yeah,
I mean, that is the story. I was mad.
Self-projection.
But I would give this a do.
Okay, that's surprising. Sam.
Yeah, so it's a do for me. I like, in this version, like, that's the other thing. If you've seen the other Nightbreed and you're on the fence, you should definitely watch this version of it because it's the version that actually has Nightbreed in it. I spent years kind of reconciling because the other version, it's like, well, it never really becomes what it's intended to. And man, Boone sucks.
Yeah.
This version, you're like, oh, it's actually Nightbreed. Boone sure does suck. Like, he's the only reason that it's so shitty is that just Boone sucks.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about it, but this is a way better version of the movie. And like, I like this. I like this version of Nightbreed. I think you should watch it. Okay. It's worth 2 hours, I think.
So let me ask you this. Would you say that the first time when you're watching not this version that, didn't have Nightbreed in it, would you say that you were waiting on the thunder? Because of the night moves joke I did. I'm circling it all together. Okay, all right, that's it. Next week or next 2 weeks, Jackie, it's your pick. Where are you at?
I don't have something lined up, but I will.
We'll find out. Okay. Everybody, have a great couple weeks off. Stay safe out there and get each other.